this video I will discuss the painting Belshazzar's Feast and the story it tells. The painting is thought to have been completed by Rembrandt in 1635 and was painted in the Baroque style. Rembrandt chose the story of Belshazzar, the last king of Babylon, who represented a religious tyrant, to show the great oppression and persecution of the Protestant Dutch by the Catholic Spanish at the time. The most important point of the painting is the writing of a mysterious hand, believed to be the hand of God, which appears on the wall during a banquet in the palace of the last king of Babylon, Belshazzar, on the day his kingdom was to be ended by the Achaemenid king Cyrus in 539 BC. The writing on the wall reads Main Tekel fares, that is, you were weighed with precision and found wanting, and your kingdom was given to the Persians and the Medes. Another important aspect of the painting is that the painter took the king's costume from an engraving of Murad II, one of the Ottoman rulers. The painting is currently on display at the National Gallery, London. Now let's move on to the story of the painting. In 539 BC, in the twilight of Babylon's splendor, amidst the glittering opulence of the royal palace, King Belshazzar recklessly ruled his court. Unlike the Achaemenid king Cyrus, King Belshazzar of Babylon was not loved by his people. The city's high walls seemed impregnable, its wealth unparalleled, and its ruler, clad in splendid splendor, believed himself untouchable. Yet the shadows of impending doom lurked beyond the splendor as the Persian army, led by the cunning general Cyrus, laid siege to Babylon's mighty walls. Despite the impending threat, Belshazzar remained defiant, throwing a lavish banquet to taunt the besiegers and revel in his perceived invincibility. As the feast reached its climax, Belshazzar ordered the return of the sacred vessels looted from the Jerusalem temple. In arrogant arrogance, he and his nobles drank from these vessels and blasphemed the gods of the conquered land. But in his arrogance, Belshazzar ignored the whispered warnings of his advisors. Suddenly, in the midst of the revelry, a hand appeared, illuminated by an otherworldly light, writing coded words on the palace wall. Belshazzar's laughter ceased, replaced by a chilling sense of terror. No one could decipher the mysterious writing, and terror gripped the hearts of everyone present. Seeking answers, Belshazzar summoned his wisest advisors and promised great rewards to those who could interpret the divine message. Yet one by one they failed, their faces pale with fear. But hope was restored when Daniel the prophet was brought before the trembling king. Daniel studied the writing with calm determination, his eyes shining with divine understanding. Mean tekel upharsin, he proclaimed, each word loaded with meaning. God has counted the days of your reign and brought it to an end. You have been weighed in the scales and found wanting. Your kingdom has been divided and given to the Medes and Persians. A stunned silence fell over the banquet hall as Daniel's prophecy echoed in the hearts of all who heard it. Belshazzar, once the proud ruler of Babylon, now stood paralyzed with the realization of his impending downfall. Outside the palace walls, the Persian army moved, emboldened by divine command. Cyrus and his forces launched their final assault under cover of night, breaching Babylon's seemingly impregnable defenses. The once mighty city fell swiftly, its streets red with the blood of its defenders. In the chaos of battle, Belshazzar faced his fate, killed by the hand of a Persian soldier as the last remnants of his reign were scattered around him. And so the last king of Babylon was defeated, his empire consigned to the pages of history. After the conquest, Cyrus emerged as the undisputed ruler of a new age. While the once great city of Babylon lay in ruins, a haunting reminder of the transient nature of worldly power. When Cyrus took Babylon, his first act was to free the Babylonian slaves. Once freed, the Jews who had been slaves in Babylon returned to Jerusalem and built the Temple of Solomon for the second time.